I get a lot of requests to review things on the channel, and I turn almost all of those down, whether it's because it's just inappropriate for the channel, and I get a lot of requests like that for some reason, people wanting me to do makeup sets or jewelry or children's swimming pools or, you know, air frying grills. It's just really strange. I don't know how they get my information, but I just turn those down flat, or I don't even respond usually. I also get a lot of 3D printing requests, of course, 3D printers and resin and stuff like that. I also turn most of those down because I'm not a review channel. I really only want to review things that I find interesting and or that I feel I can use interestingly in a project of some kind. So yeah, I turned most of those down. But I got an email a while back that was actually pretty intriguing to me, and that was from Saber Universe, which is a French website that sells lightsabers that you can use in dueling and things like that, or also display them as replicas. And they were interested in having me review a new model of lightsaber that they're going to be releasing, which is what we have right here in front of me. It's called the Silver Revenger, this particular model. This is not based on any exact screen-used one. This is their own design, more or less, although I do see some elements that are similar to other sabers. And, you know, when I looked through their website, you can see that they have some sabers that are essentially replicas of the screen-used ones, and they also have their own original line as well. This particular one, as I say, is called the Silver Revenger, and it was made with the Mandalorian in mind, sort of an homage to the Mandalorian. I don't know if you can see why. In fact, I may have to turn this upside down, but if you look at that, you can see that it does remind you of the Mandalorian helmet, or Boba Fett's helmet, when seen upside down. This blade guard is an interesting little touch there. But yeah, this is a full metal saber. It's got a nice heft to it. It's not super heavy. I mean, it's not so heavy that you wouldn't want to maybe carry it around or possibly even have it on a belt or something like that. But yeah, it feels nice. Feels like high quality metal. It is disassemblable to some degree, so we've got a pommel that screws in, and you can tell, you know, metal. Right now, on this particular model anyway, there's nothing really there except for a speaker, which we can't quite see. It's a little too far deep in there. And then if we also unscrew the top part, you can see the inner workings of the saber, because this is, of course, a working electronic saber. On the front, we've got a circuit board that has all the circuitry and so forth. Some wires going up to this button, and I guess maybe up to the emitter, which we can see in here. Can't quite see it, but there's a little sort of flashlight-looking thing in here, a large LED. And on the other side, we've got the battery and the charging USB-C port. This is the speaker that I mentioned earlier. So, when you have it all put together, there's really not much to indicate that this is not, you know, a real lightsaber, although it does have holes here for the sound from the speaker to get out. By the way, if we look at the pommel one more time, we can see that it's actually numbered. Mine is 91 of 10,000, so this is limited to 10,000. Apparently, they are going to be doing a thing where every 1,000th piece, so like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, and so forth, will be a special gold version. So they're only going to make 10 of those, which actually would be pretty cool to get. So what I want to do in this video is, well, aside from just showing you this, which I think is a pretty cool just object, I was going to show off some of the electronic modes and things like that. So before we do that, though, we're going to need to put in the blade. The blade that it comes with is made of polycarbonate, apparently. And I seem to have misplaced it somehow. Here it is. It just fits into the guard here thusly. And then you need to take several of these little grub screws, which you can barely see, but they're just little screws without any head on them. And you use a hex or Allen wrench to screw those in, and that will keep the blade secure if you want to swing it around or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and do that. All right, here we have the blade all inserted into the handle, and it seems pretty firm. It's not going to go anywhere if I start swinging this thing around, which is what you want if you want to use this for, you know, cosplay or dueling or anything like that. Apparently you can use it for that kind of thing. You control this using this button, and that's basically the entirety of the controls. There is a little bit of a motion control kind of thing that's an alternate mode, but essentially you're going to control it just using this button by pressing it and holding it down for a certain amount of time. There's a little cheat sheet here that comes with it that tells you sort of what you can do. We can choose from 16 different sound fonts, is what they call it, sound effect sets, essentially, that are, you know, different sounds that you can use for the blade when it's ignited or when you swing it around. 12 blade colors listed here. 4 blade effects: Ghost, Stable, Blaster, Pulse. Yeah, I mean, well, I'll show you a little bit about that in a minute. It's a little bit difficult to know, given the one-button operation here, exactly what mode you're in sometimes, and it's also a little bit difficult to show them all off, so I'm not going to probably do that, but I'm going to give you at least a taste of what this can do. Now, just to show you what I mean by one-button operation here, you like to turn it on when the saber is off. You hold the button to kind of turn it into a standby mode, and then tap it once and it'll ignite. It's a little bit difficult to see the color in these lights here, so turn that down. It's a pretty nice color actually in person, relatively bright. If we press the button again, you get a kind of blast effect that you would use if you wanted to pretend you were hitting blaster bolts, you know, deflecting them, that kind of thing. You can change the color if you hold it for a couple seconds and then tap it. So we've got, before was kind of a pinkish purple, I guess. We've got orange. This, I don't know if this is a different purple, blue, a darker blue, red, yellow. This is more of an aqua. See, that's the thing. I don't know. It's difficult to tell if this is really meant to be a different color. I guess it is. Green. So there's various shades you can do, but those are the main ones. And you can also choose, as I said, different sound effects. So, and to do that, I guess you have to turn it off. And then, let's see.
Are you a Jedi?
Okay, so I've selected a new set. It's got a little sound effect or sound clip that it plays at the beginning. And then when I ignite this, it's going to be a different sound. That's pretty cool. So we can, again, switch the color. And it seems, I feel like this is probably a bug, but if you switch the color while it's on, it stops responding to your motion. So you can just turn off the blade and then turn it back on, and then it'll start responding again. We can choose, let's see, try one more sound effect set. And, you know, if it wasn't clear, this flashes. You basically hold it down for a certain number of flashes. In the cheat sheet, it says hold down for 1 second, 2 seconds, that kind of thing, but that's what it means. So we'll hold down for 2 flashes. And then we'll get a new sound effect set.
Ray Skywalker.
So there's that. I think you get the main gist of it. I'll do one more set.
Angelic plasma.
Angelic plasma. Don't know what that really means. But I guess that's the name of their name for this set. Now, for the background music, you have to turn it all the way off. And then, let's see, we hold down the button for 3 seconds. Well, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm going to probably talk over this music so that it's not very obvious what it is, and it hopefully won't get me a copyright strike. But you can hear that there's some music going on in the background. If I choose, you can do the normal stuff with it going, of course. You can hold down again, see if that does it. Okay. Now you can probably tell what that is. I don't know why they chose this particular song for a lightsaber. It's a little strange, but if you want it, there it is. And there's one more piece of music, which is this, and probably the most appropriate one for this saber. I'm not going to play any more of it because I think it'll probably get me in trouble. Whoops, let me turn this off. Honestly, I don't really feel like the music is that important. You only get 3, first of all, and, I don't think that many people are actually going to want to play music from their saber. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's a thing people do. But for me personally, honestly, I would probably use this most as a display piece. It's actually really nice looking, just sort of sitting out on a desk or something. And then occasionally, maybe if I get on my Jedi robes, which I do have, of course, I could use this as a saber that would light up and everything. And in that case, I think it would be really cool to have. So I am pretty impressed by this, honestly. So the Silver Revenger here normally retails for $189.95, or it will once it's on normal sale, but they're going to be putting it up for pre-order starting on the 4th, which is today, November 4th, through the 13th. And if you order during that period, you'll actually get it for $159.95. In addition to that, they've given me a coupon code that you can use during checkout to get 10% off. You just put in Jabba10 during checkout for an additional 10% off this or any other thing in their entire store. And this is apparently going to be usable in perpetuity, so you can continue to use the Jabba10 code moving forward. If you see this video maybe in a year from now, you can still use it to get 10% off in their store. All of these pre-orders of this particular saber are supposed to arrive by Christmas, so if you want to get it for a gift, that would be a pretty good idea, I think. I'm actually pretty impressed with this. I'd like to check out some of their other screen-used ones, like Luke's or Obi-Wan's saber. I think that would be really cool to have in aluminum. Saber Universe did provide this to me for free for review, but the opinions in this video are my own. I will also be getting some affiliate link income if you do decide to purchase one of these using my discount code. Well, I hope you enjoyed this look at this saber, and thank you very much for watching. My thanks go out to my Palace VIPs and my other patrons on Patreon, including Angelica Brady and Jesper Murtu, for helping to support the channel and make videos like this possible. If you'd like to support the channel yourself, you can check out the link in the video description.